Saints and the Adanacs trying to pick up some ground. The Islanders have played the most games out of anybody in Junior B Tier 1 so far at 5-5 for 10 games played. Some new faces on both sides as the opening faceoff goes, and Coquitlam going to try and get the early advantage as it's in the stick of Kai Hartley. Hartley, one of the consistent producers for this team early on. And a couple of new faces of recent acquisition. There's one of them in Spencer Vandenberg. Battling off of the boards as Hartley will try and help out. Vandenberg unable to cradle as Henrik Lucas is in the area. Able to knock that one free finally as Vandenberg back up to the vertical base, but here goes Poco. Coming out to the offensive side, Tyler Learn leaves back for Lincoln Wall. Cuts back through the middle will be Learn. It's back up at the point. Now far side, going to curl back towards the middle. Leaves it for the far side and Adam Vejvoda. Cutting towards the center, forced to the outside by Budnick in the defense. Near side, trying to cut across. Loads, doesn't fire. Steps in and scores! Poco opens it just under a minute in as they're able to sneak one in. Far post on Caden Lee. Stepping up at the near side post. First one is going to go to Lincoln Wall. As Port Coquitlam able to open the scoring. The crosstown rivalry coming down the low heat and then up Schoolhouse to the Palace on Poirier. Lincoln Wall started that one out with a nice couple of steps on the near side, cutting in towards the front of the goal, and then just able to tuck that in the far side. As we'll see, Poco going to get possession once again as Miletic will leave it back for Tag Moog. I would assume related to Nash Moog of the Grizzlies in the Arena Lacrosse League. Passing it to the far side, looking at the shooter spot. Nice physical defense, pushing him down low. Lindvik trying to get him inside the crease. He does, and he steps in. Nick Lindvik laying the body down early on to stop the opportunity, and there's a broken stick down in Coquitlam's end. Pass ahead near side. That's Caden Coles, another one of the new additions. Coles, a native of Illinois out of the Chicago area. Far side, Adanacs working around to the far corner as Owen Eckert, another one of the recent additions, loads. He'll take the shot, kicked out, and comes back up towards the middle. As the big Poco netminder cutting off all the angles right now. Near side, loads, doesn't fire, curls, takes the shot off of the shoulder. That going to be Grayson Beggs in goal to start. Around the near side, in the middle, bumping Vandenberg, dishes off to Hansen, over to the near side for Clay Maynard. Around the ring, Alex Tan going to cut back towards the center, leaves for Clay Maynard. Unable to find a lane, right-king Clay Maynard goes to the far side, 11 on the shot clock. Back post, and Alex Tan unable to find that one in the stick and let it go. As the Adanacs, one game streak right now. Looking at the goal differentials, currently in favor of the Adanacs. The Saints haven't scored a lot this season, but they've been very good defensively. Wall leaves for the middle, unable to get it into the stick of his teammate. Scooped up by Lee, who will throw it up the length near side. Bumping around, Nathan Maugh going to try and track it down, as does Budnick. Goes right to the Poco Saints, though. Battling to keep that one alive. Going to be Marcus Damsgaard. Damsgaard will knock it up to himself and head out across center. Right side for Wall. Wall kept to the outside. Watching him back is Liam Lalonde. Near side as well, Wall forced back to the point, passes across, low shot, Lee slides across, loose ball, stays with the Saints. Back up, Wall, right side. The left side, right part of the floor, Miletic takes it upstairs, Lee gets it with the shoulders. Loose ball battled around, picked up by Maugh. And Lee laying the boom down in behind, running a bit of the pick play to free things up. It'll come up to Lalonde. Lalonde back over to Henrik Lucas, the big man with the blue shoes. Lucas now bumping with the captain on the near side. Noel trying to get it back up. Here's Clay Maynard, swings to the far side. Curling back towards the middle, Henrik Lucas again. Lucas loads, takes the shot wide of the cage, and that one going to bounce back across center, so over and back going to be the call. 16-19 left. Saints still with the lone goal right now, shots at 3-2. Saints coming across. Here's Wall again. Trying to drive the offense from this near side. Gets a pick. Tried to pass up high, and it was knocked away. Wall, can he find it off the wall? He does. Scooped up. Out the other way goes Caden Coles. Transition. Out and running. Sees a man across the floor. Passes back to Vandenberg. Vandenberg, in short appearances so far, has been stellar offensively. Believe this is third game in an Adanacs jersey. Loads, doesn't fire, cuts towards the middle, can't cradle and keep it inside. Hansen barging his way into the conversation as Grayson Beggs able to scoop that one up. It's the kill of the play and leaves it for the Saints as they'll now charge up the floor once again. 15:35 left to go. Across the middle is Scott McLeod. Danil on the near side. We're number 29 in the game today. Back over near side for Liam Miletic. Back up high, one of the alternates, Lasse Volkardsen. Back over, Volkardsen. Loading, passing across. Shot from the point through to Lee, who collapsed on top of it. Able to get the big wooden stick on top. And out to Lalonde as the stretch feed gives Coquitlam a bit of reprieve into the offensive zone. Poco been smart with their offense early on. Lucas has a lane, trying to cut through, using the big body to hold position. Back up high, the jump up to bring it back down. Holding Owen Eckert. Eckert spins off of the far side, cuts towards the front of the goal, and Beggs will kick that one out with a shoulder. Loose ball stays with the Adanacs. Trying to bring it back through. Murray found Lucas. Lucas cradled, lost the ball. Loose picked up by the Saints. One-hand pass, nearly intercepted. One hand on the stick. Clay Maynard on the back check. Into the offensive side, Ronan Cluth. Cluth had a bit of trouble, able to settle control, leaves it again for Wall. Lincoln Wall, the lone goal scorer in this contest through the first 5.5 minutes. Behind the back pass, looking for Volkardsen, unable to get it to him. Scooped up, Lee looking for somebody to pass to. Couple of options. Can he find it across the timeline in time before the backcourt violation? They do. Alex Tan going to put on the afterburners. Shadowed, though, by Torsten Cluth. Tan to the far side. Chase Hansen with a bit of open floor. Across again. Vandenberg can't release in the middle. Hansen will put it wide. What a cut through the middle for Hansen. Vandenberg, the patience, was able to find him. As Hartley will go to Hansen now this time. Back up to Alex Tan. Chase Hartley to the middle. Takes the shot, hit a body on the way through. Behind the back attempt, and Beggs will stick with it. Picked up by Scott McLeod in behind the cage. Tried to bring it out in front. Loose ball. Saints are able to track it down. Ahead through center. 13:28 left to go in the period. Numbers now. Going to go to the left. Tried to cut it in sharp, and Caden Lee able to stick with it with a shoulder. Caden Lee, Cool Management Co. Limited, the sponsor of that young player this season. As Lucas stops up at the near side, is going to go back up high for Clay Maynard. Clay Maynard had himself a hefty amount of points in last Wednesday's game. Here's Vandenberg. Vandenberg towards the middle, back post. Lucas tried to sweep it in backhand, couldn't get it inside the stick. Loose ball still, Darian Murray unable to chop it away from the defense. Here goes Tyler Learn. Under 13 now, as Learn will stop up. Leaves it for Miletic. Miletic looking at his options, finds the far wing side, and they'll work it on that far wing as it goes back up to Volkardsen. Near side, Miletic finds the passing lane across, had a bit of trouble with it, gets it down as Cole Cameron. Over, Volkardsen doesn't fire, passes, takes the shot, Lee will kick it out. Picked up by Ben McElhargy. McElhargy ahead. As Coles utilizing the body positioning, finds Alex Tan. He'll head off of the change. Hard earned there. Alex Tan slips and falls. One hand on the stick, throws it deeper in, and there's some numbers for the Saints. Two away down the floor, but Lucas able to get back in time. Stopping up Ronan Cluth. He'll leave. Here's a chance for Moog. Moog takes the shot and stopped by Lee. Lee throws it ahead for Liam Lalonde as Moog just saw the opportunity in the lane down the near side and ran with it. Lalonde gives it to Owen Eckert. Eckert will peel around to the far side, finds a man down near the goal line area in the far corner. Darian Murray going to be tagged coming out of there by Jackson Carty. Towards the center, Clay Maynard will try from distance, and Beggs is able to keep it inside the equipment. Shake it out a couple of times, finally gets it to go loose. His play knocked down. And ahead, Lincoln Wall. Heading off on the change again, going to be Jackson Carty. Volkardsen into the offensive floor. Lasse Volkardsen going to Miletic, pass it across the point again. Down low in the middle now. Wall behind the back feed looking for Volkardsen. Comes to Miletic, and he'll score! Liam Miletic, right place, right time. That loose ball bounced right to his stick at the front of the goal mouth. And he'll be able to beat Caden Lee to make it 2-0 Saints. Go to the tough areas and good things will happen. As Miletic started that play out and was able to finish it in front of, behind the back pass. Went a bit errant, made it to Volkerdson, and then it came back in front, and Miletic didn't stay long in his stick. It ended up in the back of the goal. Beggs able to run a bit of interference and free things up for the Saints as they look to continue their pressure. Early 2-0 advantage. Defense backing in. Learn will keep it to the near side of the floor. Load but doesn't fire. Tag Moog. Had a bit of a run down the near side, but a few moments ago. Moog setting up at the back gate, looking for the pass across. Going to be taken to the far side. Miletic and Learn trying to double team on this one. Getting it away from Jeremy McDonald. McDonnell, though, some great work as he's able to knock it away, and then Caden Coles will scoop up the loose ball and head westward. Coles, near side, going to leave it back towards Alex Tan. Alex Tan going to hold down the near side wing with 10:21 left to go. Tan draws out the defense, cuts to the middle. Tan to the far side. Adanacs unable to find the shooting lane. Hartley to the near side. Vandenberg with a run, takes the shot off the post, and back to Tan. Tan doesn't fire. Low shot the second time, and Beggs able to get the stop. Hartley cutting towards the middle. Pardon me, it's Eckert. Falling down, takes the shot off of the pads, but they'll wave it off anyways as the body hits the paint before the shot makes it to the goaltender. Stretch feed up the near side for McLeod. Scott McLeod back over to Lincoln Wall. As Lincoln Wall stalks in from the near side. Out to guard, and they'll call the illegal pick play. Caden Lee will scoop that one up quick as Liam Lalonde, taken down to the floor, was the one trying to make the play. Here's Henrik Lucas. Lucas at the shooter spot. Here's the trailer in Eckert. Far corner for Murray. See him set up shop there multiple times. Clay Maynard trying to find the backhand pass. Cuts in behind the cage. Keeps the toes out of the crease. Aerial pass took a helpful deflection off of the boards for Coquitlam. Takes the shot. Hansen can't power it through Beggs. As Grayson Beggs doing his best right now to hold on and keep these shots away. He's been doing an excellent job of it so far. Run through the middle, but nobody home as they stay. Here's Miletic. Far side. Loading up to pass it towards the middle was Reckinick. Reckinick to the near side. Moog gets the shot away as Lee there and square and holds on. Stretch feet right up the middle. Finds his man as he'll get it across the timeline. Here's Jaden Toomer. Toomer found Tan. Head off on the change. Here's Vandenberg. Vandenberg, one man to beat. Official watching at the near side. Vandenberg, fake move to the middle. Falling down, and the shot went wide. Just ran out of real estate. Murray picks up the loose ball. 7 on the shot clock. Murray with time expiring takes it. Blocked. Have to do a quick one as near side didn't let it go. Might have been a delay of game if they had. 8:19 left to go here in the first 20. Across the middle, Hudson Kennedy gets it into the offensive floor. Missed the pass intended for Lasse Volkerdson. There's a stretch feed to Budnick. Budnick will leave as Clay Maynard looking to try and trigger some offense here again. Far side corner, Hansen up high to Lucas. Lucas venturing in, and Beggs able to get the better of it there. Beggs ahead, finds Noel. Noel has one man encroaching from the defensive side. Nice save by Lee. Lee came out high out of the crease, was able to get that one with a shoulder and stop the offensive opportunity in its tracks. Good pressure, though, coming out of the defensive gate as well. As Wall will curl it to the near side. Trying to cut back in front, back to Lincoln. Wall, a drive off of the post as Lee slid across. Not quite able to get there in time, but sometimes the post is able to help you out in the end. Up the near side of the floor and back to Spencer Vandenberg. Shots dead even at 11. Just shy of a dozen apiece. Vandenberg with a run, pivots. Lucas takes the shot around the defender, and Beggs will kick it out. As they'll say it's tipped, so Hansen's able to pick that one up with Scott McLeod lurking. McLeod takes him down, takes the ball, and Lee gets the save. McLeod able to take Hansen out and scoop up the ball, but not to be beaten by Caden Lee. 6:43, pass in the middle for Kai Hartley goes wide as Vandenberg will start it out again. There's a tip defensively, but it'll go into the bench. Good stick by Marcus Damsgaard. Ball going to bounce all the way down to Caden Lee, though, so we don't got to get a fresh one from the official. I think they're going to start things out back on the left side of the center line for Eckert. They will. Full 30 to work with for the Adanacs. Bumped off the wall. Eckert keeps control of the ball. Pardon me, it's Kai Hartley. Hartley to the near side for Vandenberg. Fell down, pass into the middle. Eckert had it knocked loose. And ahead with pace. There goes Damsgaard. Damsgaard has Learn with him. Damsgaard to the middle for Learn. Behind the back attempt. However, he steps inside. Caden Lee aerials out for Budnick. Budnick back over for Alex Tan. Tan into the near side. As they wait, cut towards the middle and forced to the outside. The defense of the Saints been doing a great job at managing where Coquitlam can find open space. Here's Alex Tan again to the far side. Nice move in the middle. Can he wait up? Beggs puts it off the blocker's side. As Beggs has been a brick wall so far. Hansen bumps with the man that he saw coming, spins through the pressure, finds it back to Darian Murray. Murray has a shooting lane, recovering though. Here's a long drive by Tan. It was blocked. Loose ball. Can they find it? There goes the captain, Spencer Noel. Gets across the timeline, spins, and finds a bit of room on the near side. Behind the back feed. Comes back to Adam Vejvoda. Vejvoda going to cut towards the middle. Miletic will keep on the right side point. Cuts in to his right, spins, looking to dish to somebody. Back up to Tag Moog. Moog looking for a pass. Back gate. Picked off, though. Lee was there just in case, but Ryan Barrar able to find that one. Barrar across the timeline to Vandenberg. Nice spin move. Vandenberg left side. 5:05 left to go. As Vandenberg kept to the outside. Trailer, Clay Maynard. Far side, Hartley. Hartley, stutter steps, couldn't find the pick and roll play. To the near side. Maynard curling, firing. Beggs tracked it and it went high and wide. Picked up far side by Ronan Cluth. Here's a stretch feed. Damsgaard away and free. Damsgaard in on lead. Damsgaard tucks it in. 4:42 left and it's 3-0 Poco. Great run down the floor for Marcus Damsgaard. The Saints finding their early offense here at the Palace on Poirier. In the Battle of Poco versus Coquitlam, the Port City is finding the better of it early on. As Damsgaard, a great run down the floor. That'll be his 4th goal of the season. The officials having a quick discussion. Shots 15-15 right now, so we'll see what they're talking about at the near side. I think they're just double checking an assist on that goal per chance. Shots will be dead even at 15. Yes, Damsgaard coming away with one of those 3 goals. The other 2 go to Lincoln Wall and Liam Miletic. So the Saints currently leading 3-0. Damsgaard now up to 4 on the season. Miletic will be his 7th. And then Wall, as we scroll through, this actually might be his debut for the Saints, not seeing his previous game stats. And so the official over on the far side having a chat, trying to see what the discussion is about. They'll call Tyson Abbott forward to have the discussion. Again, 4:42 remaining in the first period. Thanks for joining us so far on Junior Adanac TV. 3-0 for the Saints. If you're just joining us, the most recent goal scorer, Marcus Damsgaard. As the Saints have done very, very well at keeping the Adanacs to the outside. Their defense, you could tell when you look at the stats for the early season, the Saints, one of the stingiest teams with only 51 goals allowed. They've only scored 67. So of the teams that have played 7 or more games, they're having some of the best numbers in that regard. Lucas towards the middle looking for somebody. Keeps it himself, now finds Chase Hansen. Hansen back over the near side. Alex Tan cutting through. Cuts towards the middle. Low shot. Beggs able to find it. Leaves it for the defense. There's another stretch feed. Danil ahead 2-on-2. Now a 3-on-2. Danil spin move. Turns and fires, and that one a bit wide of the cage. Actually, they'll say that did find the netminder. Here's a run, though, for Ma. Nathan Ma in. Takes the shot. Scores! Nathan Ma takes his opportunity and runs with it, heads down the other way, and is able to be the first one to beat Beggs. As Ma, the dangerous transition player, as always. One fake, two fake, puts it on the far side. You saw that first fake to the near side corner that gave Beggs enough pause to free up that backside. As Nathan Ma, we've seen him causing problems for defenses with his transition speed. That'll be his second of the season. That all started with that shot by Danil that deflected off of Caden Lee off of the backboards and then took a chicane down the other way. Miletic back up high. Cameron feeds it over and cuts towards the middle. Cole Cameron, one of the leading point getters as well for the Saints. Miletic worked over by Coles, kept to the outside. Download of Olkwardson working it behind the cage. Watched out high. Takes the shot, deflected off a body and up into the netting and out of play. It'll go off an Adanac though. As Ben McElhargy, a part of the defense there, and the Saints looking to get the possession. The official's going to have a chat about it here as the Adanacs were arguing that they didn't touch that. Maybe a stick check that caused the shot to go off of the floor and then up into the netting out of play. As 3:20 will remain in the period. Coquitlam have cut the lead to 2. It is going to be Adanac ball. So a good stick check there by the defense puts that one into the netting and out of play. But because it does not touch an Adanac, it stays with Coquitlam. So Vandenberg gets a bit of time and space on the offensive floor, bumping and grinding, comes around, couldn't find the pick and roll. Eckert to the far side for Hartley, back in the middle. Eckert scores! Make it 2 for Coquitlam as Owen Eckert a run down the middle. The give and go cuts the lead to 1. Stick high in the air, picture perfect pass. Just got inside positioning on Spencer Noel and is able to tuck that in through Beggs. Shots now 18-15 as the Adanacs finding their offense in the late stages of the first. They gave up the 3-0 run, and now they're working to claw back. As Ma will scoop it up, feeds it across to Caden Coles. Coles, Miletic tried the back sweep, trying to cut it around the far side as Alex Tan will go into Henrik Lucas. Lucas going to be watched at the near side by Jackson Carty. Lucas trying to back in using that size. Sweeps through and just able to squeak in between. Hansen gets a loose ball rebound. Beggs with a big stop. Near side for 10. Carty able to bump at it, but the loose ball goes to Hansen. Coquitlam keeping up their pressure in the late stages. 2:25 left to go. Far corner. Hartley curling up towards the point. Knocked away. Can they get moving? Good back checking by Tan as the ball will stay in the offensive side of the floor for Coquitlam, but Poco able to scoop it up. Getting across the timeline, Tyler Learn. Learn down the near side will feed it back to Lincoln Wall. Lincoln Wall has the lane, going to be challenged. Back screen, Wall towards the front. Tried to tuck it in the backside, loose ball. In front, keeps the toes out, and Caden Lee finally able to find it. Picked off by Wall, though. Bumped as Butnick trying to box him out in the corner. Jaden Toomer is there as well as they pin Wall to the boards. And so I think they're going to say there should have been a reset. So they'll give the fresh possession to the Saints. Lincoln Wall has Tag Moog with him on the near side. Bumped by Lindvik. Or pardon me, no, I should say Liam Lalonde. Tag Moog, far side. Cole Cameron loads and a stop with a shoulder. Lunging out was Lee. Lee not afraid to go into the butterfly and lift up those arms and shoulders to cover the top half of the cage. Caden Lee up the middle of the floor, finding Riker Clay Maynard. Reichen Clay Maynard spins around. Seeing some opportunities. Taking one on the left side. Cuts to the middle with Vandenberg there, but unable to find him with a scoop pass. Here's Darian Murray. Final minute here in the first. Clay Maynard finds a man on the near side. Vandenberg. Vandenberg takes the shot wide of the cage, and Owen Eckert knocking it down, keeping it alive. Long shot wide of the cage as they're looking for the shot clock reset. So Saints, 40 on the game clock, 25 on the shot clock, as Damsgaard will leave for Lincoln Wall. Lincoln Wall near side with Milicic. Wall tried to find him, had him there as they got the double team on Wall, but couldn't get the man cutting to the cage. Lasse Volksward. Volkward taken down. Here's a chance, 18 seconds as Caden Coles heading out west. Caden Coles getting around the inside. Coles, wait, stopped by Biggs. Good patience by the netminder. Poco Saints now looking to use their legs. 7 seconds left, running out of time. Into the near side, Milicic the fake. The defense collapsing as the shot goes wide of the cage. 3 players able to come over and tag Milicic and not give him anything to shoot at in the dying moments. We'll come to the end of 20 minutes with a score of 3-2 in favor of the road team. The Poco Saints. The first period shots on goal brought to you by Power Shotcrete Structures. 20 for Coquitlam and 17 for Poco. Welcome back into the Palace on Poirier as the Coquitlam Adanacs host the Port Coquitlam Saints. Crosstown rivalry at its finest as the Saints currently holding the win percentage tiebreaker, sitting at third place in BC Junior B Tier 1 with the Adanacs in fourth. A 3-2 game through 20 minutes. A 3-0 run by Poco got things started, but the Adanacs fought back late in the first frame and find themselves only down by 1 with a lion's share of the momentum to work with going into period number 2. Ian Wilson with a call on behalf of the wonderful crew of Trick Shot. Shahab and Jaden on hand this evening to help bring you all the best angles of your Coquitlam Adanacs home games on Junior Adanac TV. Thanks for being with us on a beautiful Wednesday night in the Lower Mainland. Hope this lacrosse and the broadcast finds you well. Of course, Coquitlam gearing up for the Minto this year. The Adanacs hosting the coveted Junior A tournament coming up in August. You bet your bottom dollar we'll be here to help bring that to you. Very excited to be a part of it. As the Adanacs, you bet they will be working their tails off to be ready when the Minto comes calling. As the Adanacs going to start things out of the offensive side, Alex Tan going to curl out of the far corner. Finds Kai Hartley on the near side. Pick and roll. Owen Eckert diving across, but Beggs is able to shut the door. Grayson Beggs, the big man with the mobility, getting across to shut the door on Owen Eckert. As Cole Cameron picking up an assist on one of the opening markers for Poco back in the first. Leading the team, or one of the top point getters, as Lasse Volkward takes that one wide. So Volkwardson going back into the middle area as Lincoln Wall going to play the 2-man game with him. Wall towards the cage, takes the shot around Nathan Maw and can't get it through to Caden Lee. Tried to keep it onside, picked up. Chase Budnick gets it in the stick, and he'll take the shot as they waved it off. As the official, Budnick had scooped it up initially and then lost control of it, so the official never blew play in. And then Budnick was able to get the shot to go, but it's waved off. Near corner for Darian Murray, looking towards the front of the cage. Passes and deflected, nearly decapitated the official in the far corner as he ducks out of the way. Alex Tan on the back check keeps it alive for the Adanacs. Spinning away, trying to get positioning. Near side for Chase Hansen. Hansen towards the middle, feeds it across. Vandenberg in, takes the shot, Beggs with a big stop. And it'll be backing in as it was knocked out of the crease and then taken right back in by Torsten Kluth. Owen Eckert going to start out with it. Right at the Coquitlam Adanacs logo. He'll go right to the lefty shooter spot for Chase Hansen and across to Vandenberg. Righty shooter spot. Stutter steps, cradles, goes back to Owen Eckert. Eckert, nice fake, cuts to the middle. Nice stick check, knocks it away. Hansen, though, spin move, diving across and put it wide. Loose ball, though, Eckert, 12 on the shot clock. Challenged around the outside. Holds. Has a man in the middle. He'll take a shot. Beggs will be able to swallow that up. Grayson Beggs continuing to put on a solid goaltending performance here. 21 saves already, and we're not but 3 minutes gone in the second. Keeping that one alive, Brett Byzantine will set up shop on the near side. Miletic looking for someone. Pardon me, it's Moog. Finds him down low. Back up to tag Moog. Moog, fake the shot, take the shot, loose ball in front. They score! Caden Lee slid across, got the first save, but waiting right on his front doorstep was Miletic to put it home. Right place, right time. That'll be the second of the game for Liam Miletic. As Miletic gets right to the edge of the crease, right place, right time to pick up that loose ball rebound. I believe he got it directly out of the air. Miletic now for the faceoff draw. Can't find the pass across. Good strip by Caden Coles. Miletic, though, keeps the poise and keeps possession of the ball as the Saints look for the offense once again. Lincoln Wall running through the middle. Was Volkwartson setting some screens. Reckinick as well. Back gate looking for this quick tap in at the near post and unable to find it. Just missed the stick as Caden Lee would have been there. Potentially. Again, the netminder with a lot of mobility there. Pass across. Couldn't find Alex Tan. Loose ball will bump into the stick of Hudson Kennedy. Up the middle of the floor. Stretching it out with Ronan Cluth. Got an assist back in the first period. McLeod had a bit of trouble with the initial feed. Will pick it up the second try. McLeod back up high for Volkwartson. Lasse Volkwartson defers for Tag Moog. Across, jumping to keep it alive. Scott McLeod back up high. Lincoln Wall can't find the shooting lane. Has Volkwartson in the middle. Lasse Volkwartson, one hand on the stick, took the shot, and Lee found it with the outside pad. So because Lee touched it, no over and back in a fresh 30 for Poco. Takes the shot from distance. It gets through. Brett Byzantine from the near side will be able to beat Caden Lee and restore that 3-goal lead. 5-2 now for the Saints. So they lost a bit of momentum at the end of the first. They'll pick it right back up in the second. 23-20 the shots on goal, but 5-2 the score as the Saints seem to have Caden Lee's number early on in the second. Another face-off from the center of the floor. Saints will get it again. They've been good in the face-off department here. Sean Lemishka getting another win there. Caden Coles with the speed. Has Lucas on the far side. Taking his time. And I think they're going to call a step in. No, they waved it off. They'll say he stepped in as Ryan Barrar came in hot off of the bench. And a solid feed got to him, but they'll say he stepped in before that one crossed the goal line. So that's the second goal in transition they've had waved off here in the period. Cole Cameron. Near side, Saints setting a bunch of screens in the middle as both Cole Cameron and Lincoln Wall mixing it up. Tag Moog going for a tour of duty at the right point. Across, long ball, one hopper ends up in the equipment of Lee. That one came out of the stick of Adam Vejvoda. 15-20 left to go as Chiquetto running the near side. Play was waved off as they come across. The official double checking something here. $15-19 left to go. One of the referees at the near side penalty box area. I think they were trying to double check something with the shot clock here. as our shot clock assistant in the left penalty box. Get a replay of that earlier one from Ryan Barrar. We'll see. I didn't quite catch that. We'll see if he kept his toes out of the crease. He went airborne. I couldn't quite see at the beginning of that angle if he had got the left foot airborne before the ball went in. But regardless, quite the effort from Ryan Barrar. Thank you to Trick Shot for all the great angles for the Adanacs here at the Palace on Poirier. Shahab and his crew doing a fantastic job. Also the broadcast masterminds behind the Coquitlam Express that also play out of here on the Poirier, except in the winter this place is known as the train station when the Express take it over, and then it defers to the Palace on Poirier when the Adanacs come on in. So the referee continuing to have a conversation with the penalty box attendants as now we get back underway. 15-19 left to go in the second. Owen Eckert starting out with a possession. Finds his man in the near side corner as Murray left point. Cuts in back door. Lucas can't find him. Far corner. Vandenberg guarded. Forced to the outside. Trying to get around Kennedy. Knocked away by Noel. Gets back to Beggs. Throws it up to Scott McLeod. As Scott McLeod near side, feeding it across to the far wing. Lincoln Wall comes out of the offensive gate to join in on the offensive party. Lindvik out up high, tried to knock it away before it got back to Wall. Here's Tag Moog. Moog, long distance, wide of the cage, went off the backside of Lee after it rebounded off of the wall. Good box out in the near side as Nathan Ma allowed to pick this one up and head out the other way. Tried to feed it across, he'll fake and hold the near side. Nathan Ma, pick play for Chase Hansen, right wing. Hansen to his left, feeds it over. Stopping up, Reichen, Clay Maynard, give and go. Alex Tan now over to Kai Hartley. Hartley back over to Tan. Chase Hansen, guarded by Danil. Hansen barges his way in the middle. Rebound goes off of Beggs as well. Vandenberg off of the loose ball, though, goes back out to Tan. Tan in the middle, feeds it right side at the shooter spot. Hartley around the outside, Clay Maynard to Vandenberg, pops out, pick and roll play, spin move, good defense by Tag Moog as Beggs able to pick up the loose ball after the knockaway. So the shot clock resets. Damsgaard going to wait on the near side just in case. Looks like he'll join for this offensive play. Cole Cameron, now Damsgaard going to head off on the change as Lasse Volkwardsson feeds over to the far wing. Volkwardsson sets the screen, back near wing, back gate, and Volkwardsson denied by Lee. Hefty check in the middle. They'll call loose ball push as Cameron was taken down. Or pardon me, it was actually Lincoln Wall. Gets right back up. That's a lot of man to move there. Back up high. Lasse Volkwardsson over to the near wing. Loads, passes, back gate. Lee, arms out, and that one goes off the back wall. Back up high. Cole Cameron mixing it up in the middle, sets a back screen on Chiquetto. Long range, and Lee able to gobble it up. Lee sees the man coming out of the offensive gate. Eckert, nice reception, in on goal. Stopped by Beggs. What a pass, though, by Lee, and an even better reception by Eckert. Went airborne and got it down low with around 12:50 left to go at that point. As 12:40 left, Poco back into the offensive side once again. Trying to feed it back towards the blue line area. Top of the offensive zone, now around far side. Lee slides across and gets the save again. Loose ball in front. Lee scoops it up. There's the stretch feed as Budnick looking to head out the other way. Budnick near side as he'll stop up shop. Feeds it over to the left wing and back up at the right point for Owen Eckert. Guarded, couple of stutter steps trying to get around Learn. Here's the trailer. Vandenberg lets it fly, blocked by Damsgaard, and he'll pick up the loose ball. Trying to get that one up and out the other way as it'll be knocked down. 12:02 left to go in the period. Poco back up by 3. Low-scoring affair so far, and that's been the MO of the Saints. Their defense smothering so far this season and getting just the right amount of offense to work with that. Lincoln Wall back to the point. Lasse Volkwardsson wide of the cage, loose ball. Goes to the near wing. Feeds it across. Nice whip by Adam Vejvoda. Vejvoda can't sky up to reach that one, as here goes Ryan Barrar. Barrar stops up, waits for the cavalry to come out of the offensive gate. Two-man on him as Barrar taken down near side, feeds it back over to Chase Hansen. Hansen, far side Alex Tan, utilizing the mobility, cutting in and into the crease, put it wide. He'll have to get out as Hartley takes a shot. Beggs gets that save too. Talk about the defense. How about the goaltending as well for Poco? Out the other way, 2-on-1 across. Nice block as it's knocked away by Jeremy McDonnell with a stick. Far side off the boards. A spin move for Moog. He'll stay out offensively. Vejvoda cut into the near wing as Moog gives and goes with Lincoln Wall over to the near wing. Popped out of the stick as unable to make the play. Vejvoda on the back check. Lalonde stops up. Feeds it across. Here's Henrik Lucas, the trailer, as Lalonde getting into it with Vejvoda. Here's Owen Eckert as Eckert loads, passes to the far side. Reich and Clay Maynard give and go. Back to Eckert, and he scores! Owen Eckert, 2 in the game, 3 on the board for the Adanacs overall, as they clear him a lane to the front of the cage, give an unofficial assist for that nice screenplay. Opened up a ton of room. Nobody there to challenge him, and you see that screen at the high in the zone just part the sea of the Saints defense. And he had a whole lot of net to shoot at there. The Adanacs tag one onto the board, and with their 30th shot, they finally break through for their third goal, cutting the lead back to 2. Chiquetto off of the face-off draw will find Kai Hartley. And this is exactly what they did back in the first. They gave up the run of goals early on, and they battled back to find their offense in the later stages. Hartley with Learn draped all over him, no call. Back gate, unable to find Reich and Clay Maynard. Delayed penalty coming up here, so I lied. There is a penalty coming up. Spencer Vandenberg takes the shot, deflects, loose ball. Can Reich and Clay Maynard get it? He does, knocked down, gets right back up. They got 27 on the clock. Extra attacker is on the floor. Eckert, 2 goals in this one. Has Vandenberg with him up high. Lots of bodies in the middle of the set screens, including Clay Maynard. Eckert, back over to Vandenberg. Back gate pass intended for Chase Hansen. Hansen back over to Vandenberg. In tight. Alex Tan back over. Back gate attempt wide. And in behind the cage. Loose ball though. Adanacs, can they get it? Finally scooped up by Sean Lemishka. So a holding call coming up here. And it's our first power play of the game. John B. Neighborhood Pub and Specialty Liquor Store, your penalty box sponsor for the Adanacs this year. 31-23 your shots on goal, and a 2-minute power play coming up here. So Vandenberg out with Tan, Lucas, Eckert, and Kai Hartley at the near side goal line area. Eckert working it around the outside. Vandenberg and Tan going to be up high. Lucas, so 3 lefties, 2 righties. Tana lets a drive go, and Damsgaard got the body in the way. Spencer Noel, the captain of the Saints, picks that one up and gets caught for backing in. As Hartley back into the middle. Owen Eckert scores! Hat trick for Eckert, and a power play goal brings the Adanacs back within 1. Less than 30 seconds into the power play, the turnover as Noel stepped into the crease, and Hartley wasted no time. Owen Eckert, right place in the middle of the zone, gets the pass and blasts it past Beggs. We sit at 5-4. The battle of 3rd versus 4th place here in Junior B Tier 1. And now 32 shots up on the board, so 2 shots after they find their 3rd goal, they'll get their 4th. And the power play making the magic happen there. Here's the trailer play. Vandenberg in the middle and just caught by Beggs with that glove side. Vandenberg, though, gets his own loose ball. So fresh 30 they're working with here. Vandenberg cutting into the middle, turns, doesn't fire, fakes, and another big stop for Beggs. As Hartley unable to knock that one down, but also, too, can't pick it up, does Ronan Cluth. Hartley able to get it as a result. Hartley near side, Cluth trailing. Looking to pass back to Lucas, he does. Vandenberg, far side. Vandenberg trying to get around Kennedy, forced to the outside. Vandenberg over to Hartley, fake move. In behind the cage for Lucas, had to cradle, back out in front, swings, and he'll walk through the middle as Beggs was able to find it in his equipment. So they'll come up to learn on the near wing. 25 in the shot clock, back 5 aside as Owen Eckert completed the hat trick with the power play goal. Looking in front for Volkwardsson, couldn't find him. Here's Cole Cameron swinging it back over for Lincoln Wall. There's a loose ball, or a illegal pick play I should say, is an unfortunate one there, as they finally are able to help Jeremy McDonnell. He got cross-checked on the back right into one of his own teammates who was guarding Lincoln Wall. It was a hefty cross-check. They called it the illegal pick play, but not a penalty. Coquitlam will get possession of the ball here, though, as Hansen gives it over to Eckert towards the center, draws the defense out. Clay Maynard back to Eckert. Out to guard him as Lucas takes the shot. Beggs will find the save. Up high was Jackson Carty. Carty running the floor, gets the pass on the near side. Jackson Carty, left wing, looking back towards the middle as he finds Lincoln Wall. Wall to the far side for Miletic, back to Wall. Now over to Ruckienick. Ruckienick takes the shot in front. Lincoln Wall. Lee gets the second save as well. Jordan Ruckienick started that one out, and Lincoln Wall had the rebound come to him on a silver platter right in the middle. As Darian Murray, challenged by Cluth, gets a run going and stopped by Beggs. Loose ball stays with the Adanacs. 30 on the shot clock, fresh to work with. Vandenberg got the pass from Tan, tried to cut in, spins around. Vandenberg loads, takes the shot, it hits the bodies in the middle. Loose ball, Tan can't get it. Murray gets it, takes a shot deflected wide by Cluth. 14 on the clock. Knocked away, does it stay in? No, it ends up on the bench. Here go the Saints. 6:22 left, Damsgaard, can he add to his tally? He does! Marcus Damsgaard gets his second of the game, takes the gift and runs the other way. Coquitlam not happy about it, as I think they're trying to say that there either should have been a second before that was blown in, or it might have been their ball. Regardless, Damsgaard's got 2, as number 22 has looked dangerous in transition here this evening. So now 6-4 your score. The Saints continuing to respond anytime Coquitlam finds a little bit of offense. As the official has an elongated discussion with Tyson Abbott on the far side. Again, Poco, the most recent goal scorer, 6-4. As Lasse Volkwardsson is sent over, one of the alternate captains, to listen in on the conversation by the Saints coaching staff. Now the official going to go over and have a chat with Mitch Milani on the side of Poco. Again, long-standing rivalry between Coquitlam and Poco, the two local rivals. Many a storied war on the floor between these two. You always think about some of the great geographical rivalries in sport. Players growing up playing against each other, sometimes playing together and then ending up on separate teams. So expect a little bit of everything. That goal will stand as it was scored, so Damsgaard's got 2. 6-4 is your score. The Saints answer back. Danil unable to find that one off of the faceoff draw. Caden Coles will. Up to Owen Eckert, as Eckert will gain the offensive zone and shrug off Learn as he takes to the near side. Learn out to guard as the shot goes off the shoulders of Beggs. As Chase Hansen working on Learn, trying to knock that ball loose. Able to strip it free. Hansen towards the front of the cage, takes the shot, he scores! What an effort by Chase Hansen. Works the defender over in the corner, strips the ball away, and heads to the front of the cage. That is about as hard-nosed as it gets for Hansen. Beggs was at the edge of the crease, got back in time to set up, but he'll beat him on the short side, or glove side, I should say, near post from the broadcast perspective. And just like that, we're back within one as Chase Hansen keeps up his recent string of excellent play. One hand on the stick, that one chopped into the offensive zone. Beggs comes out of the cage, nearly loses that one out of the stick in front of the goal. So Chase Hansen gets the 5th on the board for Coquitlam. The Adanacs finding themselves back within one once again. They continue to find ways to trade Poco and Coquitlam. Nice deflection by Coles. Can he get the pass ahead though? Rod on his tail is Moog. Nice stick check though. Coles gets it back into his stick, taking it to the boards, but keeps fighting as Kennedy will knock it away, and he'll be called for going through the crease. Oh, pardon me, yes, actually it will be. So now Coquitlam, Eckert towards the cage, able to keep the toes out, push down, and a loose ball push called, so Coquitlam gets the fresh 30. Adanacs to the near corner as they get the rest of the offense finally in place. Murray mixing it up in the middle. Vandenberg a drive. Pardon me, it was Clay Maynard. Beggs, though, now up to 35 stops on the game. 40 shots have made it through his way. As Kluth starts out the offense. Lasse Volkwardsson working towards the front of the cage. Here's Lincoln Wall in tight, spinning with a shot. There's Milicic, put it right into Lee as he looks briefly up to the heavens, thinking he could done something better with that. Rekunik had it knock loose. Lindvik couldn't pick it up. Into the offensive side goes Torsten Kluth. Kluth stops up, has Rekunik with him back at the left point. Kluth cuts across, feeds it over. Rekunik once again, one of the alternate captains, feeds it back over to Wall. Finds Milicic. Milicic for Tag Moog. Moog back over to the near side. Unable to find the pass. He'll just take the shot as Rekunik tried to cut that hard towards the near side. As the official drops that one into the waiting stick of the netminder Lee. Under 4 minutes to go here in the second. Chase Hansen, right wing side, stops up, nearly lost the footing. Hansen, far side Vandenberg. Vandenberg stops up just outside of the dotted line, back over to Chase Hansen. Near corner, Hartley working his way back towards the point. Clay Maynard to Vandenberg, guarded by McLeod. Vandenberg trying to work inside on McLeod, spins to his forehand, takes the shot off of the glove side of Beggs. Learn and Hartley battle for the loose ball. Coquitlam get it, fresh 30. Adanacs continuing to up the pressure here deep into the second. 3:17 left. Vandenberg back across to Hansen. As Hansen stutter steps, pivots, can't find the angle as it goes across. Tan back over. No, it's knocked down, but Tan fights, going to keep it alive. Saints, Kennedy unable to knock it ahead. 8 on the shot clock, as back for it will be Tyler Learn. Kennedy across the timeline for the Saints. Saints trying to continue their winning ways in the early season. 10 points apiece for both of these teams through their opening games. Back across. He'll give and go up high in the zone. Spinning was Lasse Volkwardsson. Volkwardsson feeds it far side. Wall takes a drive, and that's kicked out by Lee. Nathan Maw opened the scoring for the Adanacs, finds Chase Budnick. As Budnick near side, unable to find his way to the front of the cage, gets it to Eckert. Cut off at the pass by his own teammate, Clay Maynard. Eckert keeps to the middle. Can't shoot, finds Lucas. Spencer Vandenberg. Vandenberg up high, cutting towards the middle, takes the shot, begs the save. Can he scoop up the loose ball? He does. Clamping that one with a big stick. Near side Jackson Carty will make his way down the left wing. Poco looking to pressure on the offense. 2 minutes just under left to go here in the second. Vejvoda to Rekinik, back to Vejvoda. Far side, tipped up high and out of play. As up they go, Adanacs. McDonnell able to get out of the way. McDonnell back to the center for Kai Hartley. Adanacs finally get that last offensive player out on the floor. 17 on the clock. Hartley up high. Tan defers for Vandenberg. Vandenberg trying to get around Spencer Noel. Back over. Here's Hansen working in. Inside on Learn. Takes the shot. He scores! Chase Hansen working his way down the near wing. Able to sneak one 5-hole on Beggs. 1:15 left to go. And we've got ourselves a tie lacrosse game. Chase Hansen. Nifty work down the near wing. He'll have 2 in this contest as that little bit of separation on Learn. And he's just able to get that one through the netminder. Persistence paying off for Chase Hansen. Multi-goal performance last week. I believe he had 4 or 5 goals in last Wednesday's game. And now in this game, he's got another couple as we enter the final minute here in the second. Scott McLeod gives that one to Brett Vizentine. Vizentine's got himself a goal in this one. As the screenplay opens up space across, looking for Vejvoda. Bounces off the wall, and can they get running? Owen Eckert out for defensive play. Finally scoops it up. Eckert has Chiquetto with him. Eckert to his left, takes the shot. Stopped by Beggs. And a loose ball goes to the Saints. Big tangle up in the far corner, but play goes the other way. Damsgaard looking across. Finds Jackson Carty. And I believe we are getting a timeout here. We are from the Saints. 28.6 left. They'll have the fresh 30 to work with, you'd imagine. And we'll see if Grayson Beggs will stay on the bench for the extra attacker. We are in the final 30 seconds of the second period as Hansen, it was Owen Eckert. 3 goals in this one already, was looking for a little bit more, decided to take the opportunity himself, had Chiquetto with him. And the Saints, they were heading for broke the other way. However, the Saints able to call timeout with their fresh possession. Shots 44-27 as we enter the dying moments of the second. Just a quick timeout for Mitch Milani and company. Andrew Gallant as well. Their 3 assistants, Derek Milani, Rob Arden, and Dennis Quigley. Jay Militich, the manager over on the far side for the Saints. So Beggs will start out at the top of the line. They're just going to keep the 5-on-5 scenario here unless Beggs makes a late run for it here. I think they're going to be looking for the reset. 10 on the shot clock, so they didn't get the full 30. 16 on the game clock. Working it around, back in the middle, knocked down. 3 on the shot clock. They take the shot, goes into the stick. And now they'll call timeout. We'll see if they get a second or two back up on the clock. 6.9 remaining. And in a tie game like this, every play counts. So now Tyson Abbott and company going to be calling their own timeout. And we'll see what they can make happen with it. As for the Adanacs, certainly an opportunity to turn the tide. They have yet to lead in this game. This is the first time that they've been tied since the game was 0-0, as the Saints have always just been a brief step ahead offensively. But if they can find something in these final 6.9, then maybe they'll be able to procure a lead to take in to that ever so prevalent third period coming up. So since they're down in their own end, they're going to keep Lee in the cage. Damsgaard's going to watch as Owen Eckert will start with it. Vandenberg, Hansen, Lucas, and Hartley out on the offensive side. 5 seconds. They'll throw it the length of the floor, looking for Vandenberg in front. Bounce off the back wall. Had to be careful with that one. As Beggs tried to grab that one with the stick, missed it. It went off of the back wall and nearly came back out in front to Vandenberg. Dangerous opportunity there off the inadvertent pass as it went high, but maybe it actually went as intended because they knew Beggs was going to go for it. So we enter the third period as Wilson M. Beck shots on goal. WMB 44-28 in favor of the home side as Coquitlam finding their way into the offensive side of the floor more often than not. But how good has Grayson Beggs been in this game? Keeping the Saints in it for sure, as well the defense keeping a lot of those opportunities to the outsides and allowing a lot of long distance attempts. Welcome back inside the Palace on Poirier. 6-6 your score. The Poco Saints and the Coquitlam Adanacs getting ready to lock horns for the very least 20 minutes more. Poco leading for a majority of the game, but in the late throes of the second, the Adanacs able to battle back and make it into a brand new lacrosse game. So we start the third like we started this one, tied up. So forget everything you thought about for the last 40 minutes. We got a brand new one to work with here. We'll see what these teams can do with the reset. Adanacs into the offensive floor. Eckert takes one off of the arm of Beggs. Darian Murray will get the loose ball. Whips it to the near side. Spencer Vandenberg. Vandenberg takes a one-hopper, nearly sneaks in back post. That ball rolling on the floor. They'll say it was tipped, so no change as far as over and back. Here's Vandenberg again. I think they got a fresh 30. They did. 23 left on it. Vandenberg, they'll call the illegal pick play. Vandenberg forced to drop as the Saints get the opening possession here for their offense. Ian Wilson with a call on behalf of the wonderful broadcast crew, of Trick Shot. Shahab and Jaden on hand. They'll bring you all the best angles of the Coquitlam Adanacs home games on Junior Adanac TV. Saints. Vejvoda from the far side, shepherded back to the point, across. Here's Lincoln Wall, hard in. 5 of the shot clock. Lee will kick that one out with authority to the near side corner. Adanacs look up the near side. Nice reception by Nathan Ma. That thing nearly up and out of play. Ma stops up the near side, spins, feeds it over. Right can Clay Maynard takes contact up high as Lincoln Wall was trying to knock that one loose. And Wall is going to get caught with the cross check. So the second power play of the game. John B. Neighborhood Pub and Specialty Liquor Store, the penalty box sponsor. It gets a new victim. The Adanacs 1 for 1 on the power play in this game. We'll see if they can find success once again. As the Adanacs comes back. The opening goal scorer for the power play was Chase Hansen. Or pardon me, no, it was Owen Eckert. We'll see if he can find another one here. He will be out there on that far side. Henrik Lucas towards the middle, back out. Tan off a screenplay. Eckert opens it up. It gets through. Making 4 for Owen Eckert. Second power play goal of the game for the Adanacs, as Owen Eckert will give Coquitlam their first lead of the night. That long shot around the defender, a partial screen on Beggs. And it makes its way clean into the back of the cage. 18:09 left to go. The power play, a perfect 2 for 2 tonight for Coquitlam. Chiquetto shoving away Sean Lamishka as the Adanacs recover the ball and look to recover their footing, as now they've got the offensive lead for the first time here in the battle of 3rd and 4th place. Both teams with 10 points coming into tonight. Murray will score! Darian Murray giving the Adanacs a bit of a cushion. 8-6 now, a 2-goal lead for Coquitlam. Darian Murray in his favorite spot on that far side. Couple of stutter steps to the middle and a pick play. You see it open up just enough space as the defense coming across to try and stop his advance towards the middle of the floor. Doesn't get there in time, and he's left that open shooting lane. A 2-goal lead now as Hartley trying to get it away from Spencer Noel, but the captain of the Saints will work the other way. Noel sees the man on the backside, doesn't get in the ball as Rekinik waved him off. Here's Lincoln Wall. Lincoln Wall around the first man, trying to get around the second, forced to the outside by Nathan Maw. Maw wrapping him up. Wall takes the shot, and Caden Lee will hold on. Lee stretches the floor for Nathan Maw. 2-on-1 brewing here as he gets inside on Kennedy. Nathan Maw turns, fires wide of the cage. As the ball bounces free, Tan will leave for Hansen. Back over to Reichen, Clay Maynor. Near side, Adanacs pulls it across. Owen Eckert towards the middle, takes it over top of the cage as Kennedy will work to the outside. 16-48 as the Saints near side, leaving it back out for Damsgaard. As Moog now leaves back over for Volkerdson, back to Moog. Moog to the far side as the Saints whip it across. Far side, takes the shot wide of the cage. That one bounces off of the floor. Can they keep it alive as Volkerdson, time expiring, just puts it a little bit further back. Barrar gets across the middle line as Spencer Vandenberg. Vandenberg, 2 assists in this game already. Stops up at the near side. Forced to the outside by Poco. Gets the pass over, though, to Kai Hartley, loading up. Stops up, left point now. Tan fakes to the middle, takes, and it rolls off a body and wide. Beggs passes up to the near side as Ronan Cluth. 15:50 left to go. The Saints trailing for the first time tonight. We'll see how they play with that added pressure. Lincoln Wall towards the near side of the floor. Setting some screens is Miletic. Miletic taking down Wall, trying to cut through, and he scores! Lincoln Wall goes airborne just outside of the crease, and his second of the game is a beauty. Back within one are the Saints as Lincoln Wall didn't need a whole lot of daylight for that one. As he jumps across and gets it to go around Lee on the back post right before he falls down into the paint. Lincoln Wall, 2 for him in this one. 8-7 your score. We've got ourselves a good one at the Palace on Poirier. Off the face-off draw, Coquitlam will win possession once again as McElhargy. McElhargy takes that one across. Noel unable to pick it off. Here's Alex Tan. Tan down the near side, stops up. We'll pull it back and sweep it across. As the Adanacs towards the center, feeding it across. Tan to the backside, trying to feed it through, spinning, taking the shot, and that one sent to the near side. Here's Lincoln. Henrik Lucas, Owen Eckert. Lucas cutting out of the corner, feeds it back up for Eckert, far side. Chase Hansen. Hansen cutting around the screen. McLeod trying to recover. Hansen gets onto his forehand over to Vandenberg. Near side, Lucas again. Lucas trying to shoot around the defender. Swims over. Lets it through. He scores! Henrik Lucas dances his way to the front of the cage, swims over the defender, and deposits one in the back of the goal. 2-goal lead is back up on the board as Lucas, quick move over the defender right in front. Able to use that tall frame to get his stick over top of Hudson Kennedy. And the shot gets around the defender before they can close the gap. It was Torsten Cluth in front of Beggs as Caden Coles kicks this one ahead. Takes the contact into the corner, keeps play alive, goes back to McElhargy. McElhargy takes the pass, goes off on the change as Reichen Clay Maynard with a man on his back, passes over to Alex Tan. Screen set, Tan cutting towards the middle of the Coquitlam Adanacs logo, far side. Hartley doesn't fire, back screen by Murray. Hartley to the front of the goal, Beggs gets the save as scoops that one up after he was knocked over, bumps with a man, loose ball, gonna go right to Damsgaard though. The defender gets in the way, 2-on-1, Damsgaard to the right. Can he take the shot? Lee gets the save. Got it with his right leg from our left perspective. That far side pad, put the knee down and got it caught up in the equipment. 51-32. Your shots on goal so far as the Adanacs continue to pour it on. Long shot knocked down in front, and that felled the defender as Hudson Kennedy smarting there after that block in front of Beggs. Comes to tag Moog at the near side point, leaves for Lasse Volkwardsson. Volkwardsson around the screen by Moog, far side, couldn't find him in the back gate. Vejvoda off of the far side boards, guarded by Liam Lalonde. Back to the near side, Moog lets it fly, missed wide of the cage, 5 on the shot clock. Cole Cameron bumps, spins, can he shoot? He'll score! Cole Cameron. Beautiful effort there, shot clock winding down. Bumps with a defender, spins, fires, and finds some pay dirt. Under 13 to go, and they'll bring it back within 1 again. As the Saints refusing to go away, they had the lead for a majority of the game, and now they're fighting to try and get it back. As off of the draw, Spencer Noel, the captain, is going to take the ball out of the offensive floor, lost it as Caden Coles and Ben McElhargy take that one away from him. As McElhargy and company will head off the change, as does Barrar. Vandenberg will have it on the near side. Gets to the dotted line, looking to pull it back out. Feeds it across. Hansen. Far side Murray looking in the middle. Here's Alex Tan, backside. And Hartley is swinging a miss there. Back up high. Trying to feed it through. Eckert takes the blast wide of the cage. 2 on the shot clock. Chasing it down. Here's a 2-on-1 again. Learn. Feeds it back gate. Couldn't find Damsgaard. He does, but he pulls it back out. Byzantine crunched into the corner. Back across to the near side for Miletic. Miletic, 18 on the shot clock. Forced to the outside by Lalonde. Lincoln Wall getting into the offensive fray. Partial screen. Wall back to Miletic. Out to guard is Budnick. Here comes Lasse Volkwardsson. Volkwardsson back into the corner. Bump play. Release to the far side. As Jaden Tomer just waits for the shot clock to wind down and then leaves the ball go for the offensive player to pick up at the offensive gate. Henrik Lucas will be the man with it. Taking that big frame to the near side. Nice run, though. Nearly got inside position. Lucas turns, passes back to the right point. Murray into the far corner. Adanacs. Back screen. Pick and roll. Knocked away. And out the other way they go as Jackson Carty sending his team up the floor. Trying to pick it up is Ronan Kluth. Kluth held to the outside by Lindvik. Back up high. Carty heading across. 11:15 left to go here in the third. 1-goal lead for the Adanacs. Moog, far wing, as Byzantine cuts to the middle. They're trying to find Wall, cutting for the back gate. He went airborne. They'll say that's a Saint ball as they'll put it off of the Adanacs partway through, so it's going to go into the corner for Lincoln Wall. Back up to tag Moog. Byzantine to the far side. Vejvoda looking towards the front of the cage, goes to Moog. Here's Lincoln Wall. Wall guarded by McElhargy. McElhargy forces the past the far side. Lee fights it off. Cole Cameron keeps it alive for the Saints. Good defense, though, by Chiquetto. Knocks it free, and here's Barrar. Barrar high stepping. Gets into the offensive floor. Drops it back for Alex Tan. Tan towards the far side of the floor. Uses that foot speed. Gets it to Owen Eckert. Hartley cutting in. Finds Vandenberg near side. Vandenberg over across. Adanacs waiting, nice step, cuts through, takes the shot, he scores! Darian Murray. His second of the night. Sharp shot from the middle of the floor. And the first team to double digits are the Adanacs. Murray uses that positioning and those nice strong steps to get to the middle. He drew Noel out. And a couple of players crossing through the middle provide enough of a screen to get that one through. 10-8 your score. As the Adanacs continuing the pressure. Good tag as McElhargy forcing the man into the boards. Budnick's there as well. Working across is Ronan Kluth. Kluth keeps it alive, gets it over on the far side for Ruckunic. Miletic to Volkwartson, back across. Ruckunic stopped by Lee. Ruckunic going to be in the far side corner. Back to the back gate for Miletic and couldn't get that one out of the stick on goal. Under 10 minutes to go, single digits remaining in this one. Spin move as Reichen Clay Maynard starts out the offense. Owen Eckert to the far side. Adanacs feed it over. Waits tried to feed it through. Henrik Lucas had it pop out as Beggs will get it into the stick. As Beggs to the far side. With pace comes Jackson Carty. As Danil gets it to Tag Moog, he'll set up right points. Here come the rest of the offense for the Saints. Lasse Volkwartson back to Tag Moog. Moog swims through, trying to get McDonnell on his backside. Goes over to Cole Cameron. Far wing, spinning is Byzantine. Here's Cameron, tried to load up and fire but lost it. Here's Lindvik. One man to beat, he'll just pull it to the near side as his team will head in for the offensive reinforcements. Alex Tan towards the center of the floor, back out to the Adanacs logo, swings it over to Hartley. Hartley off of the screen. Here's Vandenberg. Lets a blast go right into Beggs, and he'll be able to work forward onto the loose ball. Vandenberg there to check on him just to keep him honest. 8:22 as Miletic and the Saints down by 2. Lincoln Wall trying to say something about it. Back pass, Miletic down low, couldn't get it out of the stick. Fake the pass, pivoted, worked over by Ma. Nice stick checking, wraps him up against the boards. Miletic lost control of the ball, and Caden Lee there to scoop it up. Nathan Ma looking at his options, trying to get it across the timeline, running out of time though, and that is going to be over and back as Reichen Clay Maynard took one step over, one step back as they come to the near side. 25 seconds on the shot clock, lots of time for the Saints to work with. As Cole Cameron will leave for Tag Moog, Lincoln Wall, should say. Waiting on the near side, has a lane, takes it. Caden Lee stays with him. Wall going to war and heading right towards the front door, but Caden Lee says no solicitors. Wall's already got a couple in this one as they pass that one back to Alex Tan. 7:15. Stops up, Reichen Clay Maynard. Stick knocked out of the hands. Ball is loose underneath him. And I think we're going to get he'll cover up on the ball. Possession going to be called for the Saints. One of the Saints taking a spill. Ran into one of the Adanacs in front of the benches. Poco, 7 minutes left. Offensive possession here. Cole Cameron starting it out. Now finds Vejvoda. Vejvoda with Cameron coming to set the screen. Spins off his man. Has Barar with him. Takes a long shot, and Lee will grab that one. And quickly up the floor does he go. Away from Budnick. Nice reception, though. Budnick to his right. Takes the shot. Begs the save. Budnick, what a reception of that long feed. That's the second one of high caliber we've seen from the Adanacs tonight, as Owen Eckert had a great reception earlier on. Moog off a back screen, going to open things up far side, long range. Lee will get a hold of that one as well. Had it bobble around in his equipment. Finally scoops it up. Long pass up high for Caden Coles. As Coles gets it ahead. Pulls it out. Finds the trailer. Eckert to the far side. Adanacs holding possession here. Cutting through. Henrik Lucas denied by Beggs. Loose ball goes to the Saints. Damsgaard trying to cut through. Nice back checking by Hansen. Gets it. Shrugs off the check. 3 Saints on him, trying to work him over to the near side. 5:42. Hartley absorbs the contact from the man coming off of the bench. It's Torsten Kluth. Reichen Clay Maynard. As an illegal pick play going to be called. Tyson Abbott calling out for the defensive changes as the Saints now get possession. 5.5 left to go in this one. It's going to be a mad dash to the finish. Hold on to whatever you got. Up high and around to the near side. Wall looking towards the front of the cage. He'll take the run, take the shot, and Lee gets to the near post in time. Here goes Nathan Maw. Nathan Maw scoops this one up. He's got a lane to the front of the goal. Nathan Maw in on Beggs. Stopped by Beggs. Grayson Beggs making big stop after big stop in this game, keeping his team's hopes alive. They've been great defensively this season, but this is going to be one of those games they need to tick their offense up a bit more. Wall takes a shot, deflected wide by a defender's stick. As there's a battle going on at the back gates. Miletic up high, screen set. Nice deflection, still gets through to Lee. Cameron can't knock it down as Lee looking for somebody to pass to. Just has to put it the length of the floor. Finds Lucas in the middle. Down to 4.5 now. Lucas towards the center. Cuts through. Spins. Can't find anybody here. As he draws the ire of a bunch of defenders, just puts it back out. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Adanacs pressing. Takes the shot. Scores! If you're keeping track with a tally, put a horizontal line. That's 5 for Owen Eckerts. Owen Eckerts gets a screen, opens up just enough space, and that low shot is lethal. Just inside the far post. 4:18 left to go. They'll widen the gap to 3. As the Saints running short on time, we shall see what they are made of here. Far side, can they find an answer as Lee will hold on with the shoulders. Caden Lee stretches it out, couple of hops and right into the stick of Caden Coles. Vandenberg, left side, cradles up, trying to bring it back to the near wing. Vandenberg across to Hansen. Long shot into Beggs. Defender pushed back into the crease. It stays off of the goal line. That ball rattled around and it was making a beeline for the back of the goal, but the defense get there just in time. Saving the game potentially as there's still 3.5 left to work with here for Poco. Lasse Volkwardsson near side as Lincoln Wall with him, defers back to the line. Vejvoda back to Volkwardsson. Bobbled around. Toomer into the boards with Lalonde. Toomer getting around the outside, bumps, and he's out and free. Passes ahead for Budnick. It's ahead of him as it bounces off the corner boards and goes back to the netminder. Danil cuts through the middle. 3 minutes remaining in this one as Miletic starts things out offensively for Poco. Poco to tag Moog. Back around the right side point. We'll see if and when Begg starts making runs to the bench as Moog just let a low shot go, fought off on the glove side. Picked up as Farrar going to make a run down the floor as one man to beat. Just going to kill some time as he brings it back around. Miletic was there on the back check. 2:28 left to go here. Into the offensive side, a great place to spend the last few minutes of your game. Sometimes your best defense is a good offense as Beggs able to fight that one off, and we've got a holding call coming up as the Adanacs are going to give the Saints a bit of help here as they're going to take a holding call. It's Chase Hansen. As off of the reset we go, there's a penalty kill knockdown by Budnick. He's going to run the floor. Working in as one man to beat. Takes the body, tries to spin and free himself up. Back to Reichen Clay Maynard. Reichen Clay Maynard pulls that one back out to the left side. Reichen Clay Maynard makes a run right to the crease. Shepherded in though, as the Saints are able to knock him away and stop the opportunity from in tight. Still a minute and a half, basically about 10 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock, as they'll work here to try and bring this one back within 2. Far side, Lincoln Wall lets it go. Lee is able to find him as the outlet feed goes right to Nathan Ma. Ma to the far side, puts it off the post, but he steps inside as Eckert was looking for the sock trick there. 1:13 left to go. Still power play time for the Saints, but a knockdown to the far side. Working hard right now is Owen Eckert. Eckert will knock it back. It's the 8-second back floor violation. What work there for Eckert? And the goaltender appearing to have an issue at the moment. .103 left to go. The official calls a water break here. So that'll give us a chance to work on our 3-star selections as well, as I don't remember seeing that in the first couple of games that we had called this year. Well, if you're just joining us, it's a 3-goal game with 1:03 left to go. The penalty killers get the offensive possession thanks to the 8-second back floor violation generated by Owen Eckert. 5 goals in this game and still a dog on defense. Here's Kai Hartley with a run down the middle. Refers to Murray on the far side. Murray spins around. Curls towards the center. Push towards the cage. And he stepped inside as Beggs was looking for that one in the equipment. Great solo effort there. 38 seconds left, 25 in the penalty kill. As Lincoln Wall waiting for the offense to come out and join him here. They're running out of time, 30 seconds left. They're going to have to go quickly as Volkwartson tried to find a shot, hit a body, never made it through. As Beggs waiting up high in the zone right now. Cole Cameron, far side, gets it back up high. 20 seconds left in the game here. Volkwartson shoots, and Lee able to fight that one off. Still 13 seconds left as Lee will take his time picking that one up as the time never stopped on the clock. Under 10 seconds to go now as Alex Tan will pull it into the offensive floor, and that will do it. As a late cross check there by Vejvoda. Time will expire. Shots 60-45 at the final buzzer. The Coquitlam Adanacs will vault the Poco Saints and take over third place in Junior B Tier 1. Actually, they may have an argument to get higher up, as now they'll be in a 3-way tie for first place with the Shamrocks and the Salmon Bellies. Coming up, the Warrior of the game as well as the 3 stars. Thank you to our friends, the Vancouver Warriors, for fostering the lacrosse community, helping too here in BC, and for sponsoring the Warrior of the game. If you're not familiar with our Warrior of the game, it's the guy that went out there and did some absolute work defensively. Was, as you put it, the Warrior of the night. So we'll talk about those coming up very briefly, as again, my goodness, what a game between Poco and Coquitlam. The rivalry continues with another great chapter. A 3-goal game it comes down to. As 11-8, your final score, 60-45. Those final shots on goal. As here it comes from Ryan Chilton himself. The Leave It Machinery final shots on goal, 60-45, as we had mentioned. Thank you to Leave It Machinery for sponsoring Your warrior of the game goes to Coquitlam's number 48, Caden Coles. And your third star of the game, all three of them, one going to Poco and the other two going to Coquitlam. The third star go to Coquitlam with a goal and a bunch of work out there. Number 2, or I should say number 21. Messed up on the text message to Ryan and missed the 1 on number 21. So number 21, Nathan Ma, your third star of the game, had himself the goal to get the scoring going for Coquitlam. And then played a great defensive and transition game, had multiple opportunities up and down the floor. The second star from Poco is number 44, Lincoln Wall, 2 goals and at least 1 assist in this game. And the first star from your Coquitlam Adanacs is number 6, Owen Eckert. It was embodied with that final play at the end of the game where Eckert was able to generate the turnover shorthanded and get a bunch more offensive possession at the end of the game for his team. And that was after he had scored 5 goals up on the board. So well-deserved first star for Owen Eckert tonight. And again, Lincoln Wall, the driving force for the offense on the side of Poco this evening. And then Nathan Ma, great defensive game as well as the opening goal in transition and a bunch of other opportunities. Earn him third star. Again, shout out to Caden Coles for the warrior of the game. And an honorable mention, I mean, 11 goals got past him, but man, early on in this one, this game could have been more lopsided if not for Grayson Beggs. Beggs had a fantastic game, facing 60 shots and turning away 49 of them. Tidy game from Caden Lee as well, as coming away with north of 37 saves in this game for the Adanacs. And Lee very active in the paint. Again, a difference in net-minding styles as Lee a bit more agile in the crease, sliding across, while Beggs just capable of standing there, taking up space, guarding the angles, that classic big goalie style. So again, Caden Coles, your warrior of the game. Nathan Ma, your third star. Second star goes to Poco's Nathan Wall, or Lincoln Wall, I should say. And then your first star, again, Owen Eckert, 5 goals and a heck of a defensive effort on the penalty kill to finish off the game. 11-8, your final score here from the Palace on Poirier, as a new contender has entered into the conversation for tops of the league, currently sitting at 3 teams for 12 points. So the Adanacs, they vault over the Saints and get into that conversation. Poco now will have sole control of second place with that 3-way tie for first. And hot on their heels will be the Islanders. As actually, pardon me, they have 10 points as well. That's where they go, being down in that 5th position on the standings as they have the most games played. So 2 games in hand still for the Saints after having played their 8th tonight. And still a lot of games left in the season and a bright future for this league and these players. And of course, still a lot of roster changes happening with the trickle-down effect, players getting back from college and filling out some of the Junior A rosters and players going up and down. So as the weeks go along, you'll have a better idea of what the final rosters are going to look like for both sides as we come up on the Founders Cup, the Minto Cup, all the fantastic competitions coming up later in the summer. Another fine addition to the fastest sport on 2 feet here for the Palace on Poirier. Thank you very much for joining us this evening. Ian Wilson with a call on behalf of the wonderful broadcast crew of Trick Shot. Shahab and Jaden on hand this evening to help bring you all the best angles of your Coquitlam Express. I knew that was going to happen at least once this season, being in the same building. The Coquitlam Adanacs Junior home games on Junior Adanac TV. We won't be gone for long, as coming up next, it's going to be a Junior A game. 2 days' time on Friday night, as the Junior A squad will be making their home debut for the season. Very excited to help bring it to you live here from the Palace. So that's going to do it. Thank you for sharing in this game with us this evening. As always, do me a favor, be the best version of yourself. Good evening, good luck, and we'll talk to you in 48 hours.